As usual, I will record. Okay, I will do the recording. Okay, hi. Okay, so as usual, for almost every subject, the first few topics will be easy, right? Okay, so this part one is really easy, and yeah, I told you to try a couple of questions as homework. Now we go through them together. Okay, we go through quickly because it's quite easy. But easy means we should be when you see easy topics or easy questions, it doesn't mean that we should be do it fast or do it hurriedly. Okay, we must be careful as well. Okay, especially questions like this, you have to read all the options here. Okay, don't be doing the question in this way. What I mean is, if you look at the A, you know that the A is the answer, then you immediately circle the A. Okay, without looking at B, C, and D. Okay, don't try to do so. You try to read all the options for safety purposes. Okay, to ensure that the one that you have chosen is the correct answer. Okay, so have a look at this. What are liabilities? Items that are owed by a business, right? Okay, so for easy questions, I will not let you answer. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, but in certain topics, I will let you answer questions. Okay, I'll let you answer questions. Don't worry. Okay, D is correct. Okay, and why the rest are not the answer? Items are owned by a business. This is talking about assets. This is talking about assets. Debts that will be repaid after 1 year. This is talking about NCL, okay, non-current liability. Okay, within 1 year, this is current liability. Okay, that's why they are not the answers. They are not the answers. Okay, most accurate answer, D. I know A and B are also liabilities, right? A and B are also liabilities, but they want the general meaning of liabilities only, the single word liabilities, not NCL, not CL. Okay, they want the meaning of the single word liabilities. That's why answer is D. Capital, amount invested by the owner. Okay, simple. And the rest are not relevant. Items that are owed by a business. This is talking about liabilities. And then the first one, I will tell you what it means very soon. You are going to learn that term very soon with me. Those who have been learning accounting with your school teacher, you should know what this is. Okay, it is known as drawings. Okay, I'll talk more about drawings in the next topic. And number three doesn't refer to anything. Okay, ignore that. Okay, D and B for these two. You mark along, yeah. Okay, don't erase your answer and then choose the correct answer. Okay, you mark with red pen. Okay, if wrong, you mark cross, because if you mark those questions with the red pen, okay, when you got wrong, you mark across there. When it comes to preparing for the school exam or anything, you can revise more easily. When you look at the question section, you know which one you got wrong in the past, so you can look at the questions again. Get what I mean? Okay. Next one, next page. Which one is wrong? Okay. Even though this question looks simple, but students may still make mistake here. They're asking you which one is wrong, right? Okay. At first, after you have read the first sentence, you'll know that you are looking for the wrong one, right? But you will be surprised that there are many students, once they have read a few options here, suddenly their mind has changed. They thought they are looking for the correct one. Okay, so, and they may tend to choose C because A equal to C plus L. That's the correct equation. Okay, so I've seen many students choosing C because they've forgotten that they should choose the wrong one. Okay, so have to keep reminding yourself that you are looking for the wrong one here. C is correct. That's why it's wrong. Okay, that's not the correct answer. They want the wrong one. A minus C equal to L. This is also correct. A minus L equal to C. That's also correct. Answer is B. Okay. Okay. Now number 10, which is a liability. Okay, I know I've not taught you what are assets, right? Okay. Today we will go through the two types of assets. Bank overdraft is a liability. That's what I taught you. A negative bank balance, agree? You still owe the bank. Okay, we talked about it last lesson. Number 11, this is easy. Just be careful with the calculation when you press the calculator. So like doing simple math here. See which one is wrong. Okay, you take the C plus the L, ensure that you get the same figure as the one in the middle column. Okay, the C is wrong because if you take 1780 plus 9100, for sure you cannot get the amount that is in the middle. Agree? Okay, because liability, or you already have 9,000 here. You plus it with the 1780, for sure is much greater than the 7,320 here. That's why answer is C. Okay, looking for the wrong one. And then for the definition kind of question, just go through on your own. Okay, just copy and paste from the note section there. Okay, nothing much to discuss here. Page 12. Okay, 3 ways in which the accounting equation can be expressed. Okay, so we conduct the lessons the same way. Okay, when you have questions, you may choose to raise your hand and then speak, or you prefer to type your question, then you type. Okay, up to you. Okay, I'm fine with anything. Okay, so 3 ways accounting equation can be expressed. Remember, we talked about rearranging the items in the equation. Yeah, at the one at the top left. The first version, A equal to C plus L. The other two versions, just rearrange, then you can get them easily. Okay, now don't write in short form. In the answer space there, don't write in short form. Asset, don't write A, capital, don't write C, liabilities, you don't write SL. Okay, you must write in full so that you can get the marks. So I'm just going to show you one. Okay, the rest you write on your own. It's very easy. Okay, so write in full. Okay, the same goes to the next two versions of accounting equation. Okay, write on your own. Asset is equal minus capital equal to liabilities. The other one, asset minus liability equal to capital. Simple, ready. Okay. Number three, I will, in fact, after we have finished every part or every chapter, I will send you all the answers. Okay, I have compiled all the answers into one single PDF. I will send over the answers to you. Okay, so for this one, I think you mark on your own. Okay, after I have sent you the answers. Today we can complete the chapter 1, and then we get into the chapter 2. Okay, and then question 13, so page 13, question I. Okay, question I here. Complete the following to show the accounting equation. This is also easy. But there are two versions of answers here. Because this is equal, right? This is minus, right? So if you come up with the 3 versions of the equation, then you would notice that you can have 2 different set of answers here. So whichever you write is up to you. Okay, but you don't go and write liabilities / capital. Okay, don't write / capital. It would be wrong. The examiner would be confused which one you meant. So if you write liabilities here, you must write capital on the one on the left. Okay, the one on the left will be capital. If you write liabilities here, then you should write capital here, the other way around. Okay, so only write one word in one box will do. Okay, don't write /. Okay, next. Okay, page 14. Here also the same thing. I let you mark on your own when I send over the answers to you. Okay. And then page 14. Here you have a couple more questions. They are very repetitive here once again. Very repetitive here. Which one is wrong? Okay, MC1. Once again, it is C. Okay, because you look at it yourself. C equal to L plus A. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, so C is the answer. And then I would like to look at MC4 first. Answer is C. Okay, C is the wrong one. Okay, if you try to calculate yourself. Okay, MC2 and MC3. Okay, MC2 and MC3 here, I'd like you to learn 2 words here. One is debtors, another is creditors. Creditors means creditors refer to people whom we owe money to them. People whom we owe money to them. So if you say that there's a creditor, it means that we owe money to this person, okay, the creditor. We always owe money to the creditors. So which means we can also call creditors as suppliers. Okay, usually we are the one who owe money to the suppliers. Okay, usually we are the one who owe money to the suppliers, so we call suppliers as creditors. Debtors, on another hand, means customers who owe us money. Customers who owe us money. Sorry, yeah, the handwriting is a bit ugly here. Customers who owe us money. Okay, so you can also call this as trade receivables. Okay, let's write down. Yeah, the word that I mentioned. Debtors, see this as trade receivables. Okay, I think I have not gone through this term with you before. Never mind. Later I will tell you what is trade receivables. Okay, even if you have learned this, I will still explain from scratch. Okay, so MC2 answer is D. Answer is D. Loan from Harris. Loan from Harris. Because you borrow money from Harris, you borrow money from K. Harris, so we owe money to K. Harris. Okay, when you owe somebody money, that is a liability. That's why answer is D for the MC2. MC3, which one is a liability? Answer is boy. Boy, this is actually referring to trade payables. Okay, this is actually referring to trade payables. We owe money to the suppliers. We owe money to the suppliers. We owe money to the suppliers. Yeah, so let's learn the last thing of the part 1, okay, which we have not done in the last lesson. Assets. Okay, the two types of assets. Okay, before we go on and finish other questions in the part 1. Okay, come to this page, page 9. Okay, page 9. Okay, now let's have a look. So remember accounting equation, A equal to C plus L. Okay, and I have explained to you in the first lesson what is capital. I've explained to you what is liability. Liability means borrowing. There could be two types of borrowing, NCL and CL. Okay, and now we are focusing on assets. Okay, and then I'll explain to you how this equation makes sense. Okay, how they came up with the equation. So recall that capital means the investment from owner. It refers to the investment from the owner, right? Okay, that's capital. And sometimes you may not have enough money to run your business, so you go and borrow. When you borrow money, we call it as liabilities. So you agree when you, so C is a sum of money. Okay, C is a sum of money that you invested into the business. L is also a sum of money that you borrow from someone. Okay, so when you use these two amounts of money, okay, so now in your mind you should be thinking C is a sum of money, L is also a sum of money. So we use these two sums of money to start to run our business. Okay, so you are going to use the money to buy things, and they are known as assets. The things that you buy in your business, they are known as assets. Okay, let's see what we can buy with the money we have. So C is the money that you put into the business. L is the money that you borrow. Okay, now let's see what we can buy. Let's write down some assets together. Okay, and then I will explain one by one to you. You start with writing machinery here. Okay, don't worry for now what this means. You write together with me some examples first. Later I will go through. So second one, you write furniture. Can see where I'm writing? I'm writing on the left, okay? And then you write, yeah, correct. Good. I think some of you should have started learning the subject with the school, so you should have some idea. Premises are actually buildings, okay? They mean the same thing. Premises means the place at which you run your business, the place at which you run your business, the place at which you run your business. Okay, you may also have office equipment. Later I explain what it is. You could also have let me write down a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, later I will explain to you why we buy these things in our business. Okay, why we buy these things in our business. Machinery. Okay, let me try to think if there's anything else. Okay, these are the common ones. Okay, out of a sudden I cannot think of any more NCA. Okay, later I will tell you what is NCA also. Okay, what is meant by non-current assets. Okay, now let's see why we bought these things for our business. Yeah, just now I told you that C is a sum of money you invested. L is a sum of money you borrow from outside people. Okay, you borrow from outside people. So you use these two sums of money to buy things for your business. First thing I wrote for you is machinery. Machinery, I believe that this is the plural form. You know, in English, there is singular and plural. So machinery is the plural form of machine. Okay, machinery, I think, is the plural form of machine. So which refers to many machines. Okay, why do you need machines in your business? Okay, you think of businesses that have factory. In factory, they manufacture things, right? They make things to sell, right? So of course they need machinery. So make sense, okay? In businesses that needs machine, like you have a factory, so you have to buy machine. Furniture. Okay, now we are trying to understand why you need to buy these things for your business. Okay, furniture. What businesses require furniture? Restaurants. Agree? Okay, restaurants where you can dine in. Okay, so restaurants. Agree? You need a lot of tables and chairs. Okay. Next, premises, buildings. Of course, you need a place to run your business. So that's logical. Okay, nothing for me to explain here. Okay, you buy a building, then or we call it the shop lot. Okay, we buy a shop lot, then we run our business. Okay, that's why we need to buy it. But later you will see that not only that we can buy, you may instead rent that place. Okay, you rent a shop, you rent a shop lot instead of buying. Okay, we talk about rent in the next topic. Office equipment, I give you some examples here. You write computers. Okay, computers is an example of office equipment. And then you may write printers. Printers are another common examples of office equipment. Okay, so yeah, these are office equipment. Okay, in what businesses do you need computers and printers? Online business, agree? Online business, for example, you are a seller on Lazada or Shopee. You know Lazada and Shopee? Of course you know, okay? So you need a computer, of course, okay? When people have bought something from your store on Lazada, then you have to check whether the money has been transferred or not using your computer. Printer, once in a while you have to use it. Okay, makes sense. Furniture and fittings. Okay, this is something that many students do not understand, but they just try to remember that it is non-current asset. Okay, furniture and fittings. What are they exactly? Furniture and fittings are things that are attached to the wall. Things that are attached to the wall of your place of business. I give you some examples. Okay, you write down. Okay, let me enlarge it. Yeah, I know it's a bit small for you to see. Enlarge, and then I scroll to the left. Our lesson will be slow pace. Okay, slow in pace, because your exam is in 2023. Okay, and I can finish the syllabus within 12 months time, and that's why we can do it slowly. Okay, try to understand every detail of every topic. Okay, we can also do a lot of revisions after we have finished, and then followed by practicing those past exam papers by papers. Okay, so if you find that my lessons are slow, then it's common, okay? Because your exam is in 2023. But for groups that are going for that means what I mean is for students who are in group that prepare them for the 2022 exam, it will be faster because they are going for the exam sooner than you. Okay, now can come back to here. Fixtures and fittings, what are they? You may write ceiling fans. Ceiling fans. Okay, so agree, ceiling fans are attached to the building, right? Do you move your ceiling fans once in a while from one place to another place? Of course, no. Okay, it sticks to that. Okay. Another example, you write tiles. Tiles that are on the floor. Do you move them around? Of course you don't. Okay. So these are fixtures and fittings. I give you one more example. Air conditioners. Okay, air conditioners. Do you move them around? Of course, no. Okay. So these are some examples of fixtures and fittings. Okay. If you go online and search for the meaning of these two words, you would get the same result. Okay. They are the things that are attached to the wall, not just wall. Okay. It could be the ceiling or the floor of the place. Okay. One more example, you may write paintings. Paintings that you hung on the wall. Paintings that you can hang on the wall. Okay, these are also fixtures and fittings. So it depends on what business you run. Then you would have your own version of fixtures and fittings. Okay, aircons. I think every business needs aircons nowadays. Okay, so you should have fixtures and fittings. Motor vehicles. It is any transportation on the road. Motor vehicles doesn't just mean motorcycles. Okay, don't tell me that you see the word motor and you tell me that it is just motorcycles. No, motor vehicles here refer to any transportation on the road. Vans, lorries, sedan cars, what else? Buses, okay, motorcycles. Okay, what businesses require motor vehicles? KFC, Domino Pizza, McDonald's. Do they have their own motorcycles? Yes. You can buy KFC, McDonald's, or Domino Pizza from the Grab app, the app of Grab. But you can also buy KFC, McDonald's, and Domino using their own app. If you go into your smartphone, you should be able to download KFC app. Okay, then you can order from there. McDonald's also the same, Domino also the same. I'm not too sure about Domino, but I know they have motor vehicles. Okay, they have a lot of motorcycles. Okay, so these are the things that you can possibly buy for your business. Okay, and then you may also want to buy something known as inventory. Okay, later I explain to you what is NCA. Okay, why I have written all these things in the category of non-current asset. Now we look at some other examples of things you may buy first. You write down here inventory. Okay, under current asset section, inventory. Inventory means, actually it means goods. Okay, what are goods? Have to write down. Goods are the things you buy and sell regularly in your business. Things that you buy and sell regularly in your business. So you may write things bought and sold regularly in the business. Okay, it depends on what business you run, then you should have your own version of goods. Perfect example, most common example, easiest example to use here. Let's talk about 99 Speedmart and 7-Eleven. 99 Speedmart and 7-Eleven. So what are their goods? Ice cream, snacks, what else? Maggie mee, all the groceries. Okay, these are their goods. Agree? They buy and sell them, right? They buy from factory, then they sell to you at a higher price. Okay, these are goods. So yeah, have to remember. Okay, goods is a simple term in English. Okay, goods is a simple term in English, but the technical term you use for goods in this subject is known as inventory. Okay, the word inventory is a technical term for goods. Okay, so when we speak of inventory, you must know that we are talking about goods. When we say goods, you must know I'm talking about inventory. Okay, they are the same thing. Okay, so makes sense. We have to buy goods, right? Imagine you want to run a 7-Eleven. Of course, you need to buy goods, okay? Or we call it inventory. Okay, and then you could also have trade receivables as a current asset. Okay, you write down a few more. You write down a few more before I go on to explain. Next, you write bank, BANK bank, and then you write slash cash in bank. Okay, whenever I write slash, it means synonym. Whenever I write slash, that indicates synonym. Okay, and then write one more, cash slash cash in hand. Cash in hand. Okay, now done with all the examples. Before I explain all other current assets here, let me first tell you what are non-current assets. Okay, and why do we call them as non-current assets? You can look at the definition box at the bottom right. You see the one I'm highlighting in blue color. Okay, the definition for NCA is that. Let's go have a look at that. Okay, it says that NCA are assets owned by the business. Agree? The machinery you bought, furniture that you bought, office equipment that you bought, motor vehicles that you bought, are they owned by the business? Of course. Okay, makes sense, right? Okay. Okay. So, okay, no problem. We understand the first part of the definition. Now, the second part of the definition, it says, I use a different color. For use in the business. Okay, let's see if it makes sense. For use in the business means you don't intend to sell it off. Okay, you write down. This is important. This is important to understand. We don't intend to sell off the NCA. Okay, it also means they are not goods. Okay, you must know very well the difference between NCA and goods. Okay, in certain questions is very important. Okay, so when it says that it is for use in the business, it also means we are not talking about goods. Okay, why we are not talking about goods? Because just now I mentioned to you, goods are the things that you bought and sold regularly in your business. But this is not applicable to the NCA. For NCA, you intend to keep them and use in your business. Okay, why? Why do you intend to keep them? Okay, look at the example, motor vehicles. Motor vehicles, you try to think, when when a branch of McDonald has bought a lot of motorcycles, do you think that they change their motorcycles every year? After 1 year, okay, sell them off. Buy another new batch of motorcycles because they look better, should run faster. Do you think they do so? Of course, no, right? So as long as the motorcycles can still be used, they will continue to use them, right? Okay, they will not change their motorcycles every year. And the same goes to office equipment. When you have bought some computers for your office staff, would you change their computers every year? Quite unlikely, right? Okay, unless every year there is a new version of Windows coming up. That means this year you have this year you are going to have Windows 11. Next year Windows 12. After next year Windows 13. Is that possible? No. Okay. But whenever they come up with a new version of Windows, usually it lasts for 5 to 10 years, I think lah. Okay, I didn't do the math, but it should last for some years. Okay, so it's once again not logical to change your office equipment every year. Okay, that's why you keep and use it. Furniture. Just now we talk about restaurants, right? Restaurants need furniture, right? Would you change your tables and chairs every year? Quite unlikely. If you have money, then you can do so. Maybe you want to change, you like to have new design for your restaurants every year. If you would like to have new design for your restaurants every year, then you may do so. Okay, but generally we don't, right? Okay, so that's why these are all non-current assets. you would try to keep and use them for as many years as you can, unless you want to upgrade or anything, or for any other reason. Okay, so these are NCA for use in the business. Okay, now we have looked at the first two parts of the definition: assets owned by a business, for use in the business. Okay, last part, for at least 12 months. For at least 12 months. Okay, I'm not too sure who created this 12 months concept, but that's the trend. That's the duration that they have used. Okay, so we just follow for at least 12 months. Maybe they think that at least 12 months is considered long enough, okay, or anything. So that's the definition. Must know how to write the definition. Okay, now let's look at current assets again. Okay, then what are current assets? Just now I explained what is inventory, right? Inventory are the things that you buy and sell regularly in your business. Okay, and after you have understood what is inventory, you must also understand why inventory is a current asset. Okay, why inventory is a current asset. Okay, now a question to you. Imagine that you are running a 7-Eleven. Would the level of your goods, level of your goods means how much is your goods, okay? Would the level of your goods be staying constant throughout the year? That means at any point of time, your level of goods stay the same. Do you think it's yes or no? Okay, you can tell me in the chat box. Okay, one of you say no, Naima say no. Yeah, okay, logical. Yes, it should not stay constant. Okay, it should not stay constant, because when you sell goods to customer, it goes down. When you buy more goods from supplier, it goes up. That means inventory level should keep going up and down, just like the stock market. Okay, so that's why it's a current asset. Okay, it would not it would keep fluctuating. Okay, it would keep fluctuating. That's why it's a current asset. Okay, within a short period of time, it keeps fluctuating within a short period of time. That's why it's a current asset. Yeah, that's why it is a current asset. Next, we look at trade receivable. We first go look at the definition for this word. At the bottom right corner, you have the term trade receivables there. Can see? Okay. Let's look at this term. It says that trade receivables refers to debts owed to the business. Okay. In the first lesson, we keep talking about the word business that is in the definitions. Okay. And then I told you that the word business in every definition means us. We are the business. So debts owed to the business. That means somebody owes us money. Agree? Okay. Debts owed to the business means somebody owes us money. Okay. Remember last week at the same time we talked about trade payables. Okay. This is current liability. And then you have the word buy here. Okay. Debts owed by the business. Now you see, you can make a big difference when you change the grammar. Don't you agree? If you use the word to, it means trade receivable. When you use the word buy, it becomes trade payables. See the difference? So have to be careful, yeah, whenever we write the definition. So debts owed to the business. Let's come back to trade receivable, okay? Debts owed to the business. Somebody owes us money. Why? Okay, continue to read, then you know why. For goods sold on credit to the customers. Okay, last lesson, I also mentioned the term on credit, and I've explained it. On credit, you have the meaning here. Okay, you should have written this. It means no immediate payment. Okay, no immediate payment. So who is not making immediate payment here? It is our customers. Customers buy goods on credit from us. It means that customers take the goods first, go back home without paying. Okay, you could be thinking, okay, I run a 7-Eleven. I don't think I should let customers buy on credit. Yeah, it depends on what businesses you do, okay? In certain businesses, you may sell on credit. Of course, not for supermarket, Aeon supermarket, 7-Eleven, those shops, okay? It depends on what business you run. So sometimes you may sell goods on credit to the customer. It means customer takes the good back home without paying first. That's why they owe us money. Okay, so that's trade receivables. And next thing to know is why trade receivables are current assets. Okay, why trade receivables are current assets. Okay, remember we talked about trade payables last week. Why trade payables? Why trade payables are current liability? Because suppliers would not let us owe them for more than 12 months. Agree? Okay. So that's why it's a current liability. You have to repay it within a short period of time, within 12 months time. Because the suppliers are also running business, right? That's why trade payables are current liabilities. What about trade receivables? Reason is the same. Because we won't allow our customers to owe to us, we won't allow our customers to owe to us for more than 12 months. That's why this is current asset. That's why this is current assets. Agree? Okay, makes sense, yeah? Okay. Now, look at the other two current assets you have here. You have bank, okay, can see bank, and then slash cash in bank. Okay, this refers to the money that you still have, the money that you still have in the business bank account. Okay, and cash here refers to the money that you still have in your business in the form of cash that you can see and touch. Okay, cash is the money that you can see and touch. Bank means money that is in the bank account. Okay, you cannot see the money. Okay, it's in the bank. Okay, so yeah, why are these two current assets? Why are these two current assets? Because it's the same reason like the one for inventory. Your cash and bank should keep fluctuating throughout the year. When you spend money in your business, they go down. When you receive money from your customer, they go up. So within a short period of time, they keep fluctuating. That's why it is current asset. Okay, just like inventory. Okay, so makes sense, yeah? You have learned enough here about accounting equation. Okay, and then the two types of the two types of liabilities and the two types of assets. Let's look at the last few definitions that we have not gone through. Then we can get to the questions of part one. Then finish off, we can get to part two. Okay, if you have a question, let me know, yeah? Okay. Okay, look at the bottom right corner. A few more definitions that we have not gone through. We first look at liabilities, okay? Last week, we didn't go through the definition for liabilities. Let me zoom in. Okay. You may be asked to give definition for the single word liabilities, sometimes definition to the NCL, sometimes to the CL. So if you notice, the first part of the definition is the same, right? Okay, because all of them are liabilities, debts owed by the business. So if you are asked to give definition for liabilities, then just give this line, okay? Debts owed by the business. Make sense? By? Agree, right? Business means us. We are the business. So we owe people money, okay? We owe people money. But when you are asked to write definition for NCL, non-current liabilities, you should not just write this part. Maybe you don't get any mark at all, okay? Maybe if it's a 2-mark question, then maybe you get 1 mark lah. Okay, debts owed by the business, you get 1 mark. But since you left out the rest of the definition, you would get 1 mark less. Okay, because they're asking you for definition for NCL, you should give the comprehensive, I mean complete. Comprehensive means complete. You must give the complete definition. Okay, now continue to read. Remember, non-current liability need to be repaid after at least 12 months. Make sense? Okay, easy. Okay. Last week I drew the timeline to let you see, right? Okay. Those borrowings that you have to pay back within 1 year from now, we call them the current liabilities. Those borrowings you have to pay back after 1 year from now, NCL. Okay. Okay. Now, last one, and current liabilities. Once again, write the same thing first. Debts owed by the business, continue. That need to be repaid. Repay means payback. Okay. Repay means payback within 12 months. Okay. You add two words behind that I left out. From now. Okay. From now. Here also the same. You write from now. Okay. So yeah, that's the definition for the three types of liabilities here. Sorry, two types of liabilities, okay? Two types of liability. Okay, now you see the inventory, the word inventory here. Can see? Okay, I know my notes seems to look very messy, right? Because I have to keep circling here and there or pointing arrow here and there to show to you where I'm mentioning, okay, at the point in time. That's why my notes will look messy, but yours should not, okay? Yours should look quite clean, okay? Now inventory, look at the definition. Goods bought and sold regularly in the business. I wrote this for you just now, right? Inventory means goods. Goods is the simple English word. Inventory is the technical term. Things bought and sold regularly in the business. Okay, simple. Now, look at two more definitions that we have not gone through. The assets and current assets. Things owned by, okay, makes sense, okay? Assets are the things that we own. Okay, those things that you bought, they are the things that you own. But if you try to look at trade receivables refers to customers who owe us money. Customers who owe us money. Okay, when we use the term trade receivables, it can refer to customers who owe us money. Can you use the word own? Can you use the word own to tell people that you own the customers? Doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't sound right, right? You own the customers. No, you can never own another human being. Agree? That's why you need the second part of the definitions. Debts owed to a business. Can see? Let me draw an arrow. Do you see this part of the definition here? Debts owed to the business. This second part of definition actually means to cover one of the assets known as trade receivable. Let me repeat, yeah. Okay. You look at the definition for assets. There are two parts to it. First part, it says things owned by. Okay, so things owned by means to cover all the assets except trade receivable. And the next part of definition, debts owed to the business, actually refers to trade receivables. Okay, because the first part of the definition is not comprehensive enough. It has not covered all the assets. That's why you need the second part, debts owed to the business, to cover the trade receivables item. Get the idea? Okay, that's how they came up with the definition. So debts owed to the business refers to trade receivable. Now look at current assets definition. CA, yeah, okay, definition for CA. Assets owned by, okay, this is used to cover inventory, cover cash and bank, but the next part of the definition, owed to a business, is meant for covering the trade receivable. Because it doesn't sound right to say that we own the customers who owe us money. Okay, we cannot own the trade receivable. Trade receivables means customers who owe us money. That's why you need this second part, owe to a business, for less than 12 months. Okay, because you won't allow your customers to owe to you for more than 12 months. Okay, you will chase them for money within a short period of time. Okay, finish. Part 1 is finished. Okay, if you have questions, please let me know. Okay, either in typing or you speak. And now we have to get to that question. If you feel like asking me question in the phone, okay, WhatsApp or text, you may also do so. Okay, email me is also fine. Okay, now let's see questions. Page number 10. Page number 10. Okay. First question, definition kind of question. They ask you for the definition. So do this on your own, okay? Just copy and paste from the note section. Next, you have a table here. Next, you have a table here. I would like you to try this table. Okay. You don't have to care what is SOFP for now. That is something that you will learn in the next part of the lesson. Okay, the part 2. Okay, don't care about what this is for now. Okay, statement of financial position, we will learn it in the part 2. But here, this question is asking you to classify. Okay, they have given you a list of items here. All that you have to do is use the tick to place ticks here and there. Okay, complete the table. Okay, now, yeah, you may begin. I can help you out with one of them. Petty cash is something that you have not learned. This is in the part 5. Okay, you learn this in part 5. For this one, I help you to take current assets. You take current assets. Okay, and then you continue with the rest. Once you're done, later I will ask you to answer the certain questions. Okay, when you're done, you tell me with the word done in the chat box, and then we discuss. Don't think that this table looks easy. Yeah, there are certain tricks in this table. Okay, later I will tell you. Okay, I wait for you to finish. One minute and 20 seconds. Okay, this is what I do usually. Okay, in group lessons. Okay, I set the timer. Okay, when you're done, you can let me know done in the chat box. Okay, about 30 seconds left. Okay, one of you have problem with one of the items. Don't worry. Okay, I will explain one by one. Okay, 3 of you have done. Okay, wait for Jason. Okay, time's up. Jason, are you finished? I give you 10 more seconds. Okay, good, Jason. Okay, now in this table, there is one thing that is tricky. Okay, and then one of you have raised it to me in the chat box. Good. Okay, you notice that that's tricky. I will guide you in interpreting that item. Okay, now first one should not be difficult. Machinery. Okay, so I don't let you answer what is this. Okay, this is simple. NCA. Trade payables, we saw it in the notes. Simple current liabilities. Unless you are careless, you choose the wrong one. Okay, then you correct it. Bank overdraft, we talked about this last week. So current liabilities, inventory, current assets, loan repayable in 10 months time. That means within 10 months from now, you have to repay it. You have to pay back the loan. So current liabilities. Motor vehicles, we saw it, NCA. Okay, now loan to employee. You have to know what it is. You focus on the preposition to. Is this preposition? I'm not too sure. Okay, I'm not sure about the grammar. Okay, so you focus on the word to. Loan means borrowing. Borrowing to employee. Okay. Okay. Whenever you are doing accounting here, you must know that you are the owner of the business. When we say loan to employee, means we lend money to the employee. Okay, we lend money to our employee, our worker. Employee means our worker, which also means the employee borrow money from us. So after you have lended money to the employee, we owe money to the employee or the employee owes us money. Of course, employee owes us money. So would this be a liability to us? No, this is not liability. Common mistake made by students. Common mistake made by students. They see the word loan. They immediately go and put a tick here. Current liabilities. No, this is not current liabilities. Okay, this is supposed to be current assets. Reason is it is employee who owes money to us. Okay, we are the owner of the business. Okay, employee owes money to us, just like customers who owe money to us. Customer owe money to us, we call it trade receivable, right? Remember? Trade receivable means customer owing money to us. So here is something similar. So current assets. Why isn't it NCA? Because you would not let your employee owe money to us for more than 12 months. Maybe you think that sometimes possible, right? The employee could be very loyal, he or she has been working with us for many years. So we trust the employee very much. So we let our worker to owe to us for more than a few years. Possible. Yeah, I know possible. But we are talking about on average, okay, generally. You will not let your employee to owe to us for more than 12 months, right? That's why it's a current asset. Okay, so answer is current asset. Naima, you can understand the explanation?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, well done, no problem. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, now the opposite of to is what? From, right? Okay, later you will see one item, loan from somebody. That must be the other way around. That is current liability. Okay, later we will see one. Okay, now before that, we continue with the next question here. What are assets? Okay, all of you, you tell me your choice in the chat box after you have decided. Okay, you tell me your choice A, B, C, or D in the chat box. Then I tell you the answer. Okay, I wait for you. Okay, 9 more seconds. Okay, Jason, I gave you 10 more seconds. Okay, take your time. Okay, look carefully. Okay, Jason, your choice is? Tell me your choice in the chat box. Jason, what is your choice? You can tell me in the chat box. Okay, answer is D. Items that are owned by or owe to a business. That's the exact definition for assets. Okay, this is exactly the same as the one I show you in the note section there. Okay, this is assets. Okay, let's look at other options here. Why they are not the answers? Items that are bought for long-term use by the business. Okay, I know this definition is a bit different from the one you see in the note section there. Okay, but you know, right? When I give you an idea, everybody can phrase it differently, right? For example, for example, in kindergarten, everybody is asked to write a sentence about something. Okay, so everybody will phrase it differently. Just like in English, every piece of essay is different. So the definition here has been rephrased. Okay, it's known as items that are bought for long-term use by a business. It's the same thing as what I have in the note section there. Okay, you get my point? Okay, NCA. Oh, yeah, what's wrong here? Okay, that's why A is strong, because A is NCA. B, items that are expected to be turned into cash in the near future. Okay, this is a different version of definition for current asset. Okay, you may write down current assets. But if you don't want to get confused, just stick to the one that I give you in the note section will do. Okay, that's the main one. C, items that are owned by or owned by a business. Is this about anything, this sentence? No, because the first part, it says owned by is about assets. Owned by is talking about liabilities. So this sentence means nothing. Okay, part of it talking about asset, another part talking about liabilities. So meaningless. The C is meaningless. That's why answer is D. Okay, now next one, we see page number 11. Okay, page number 11. Okay, you may try this question. The one without number. After that, you tell me your choice in the chat box again. Okay, it's also quite straightforward. Okay. Okay, one of you has given an answer. Okay, I wait for the rest of the three of you. Okay. Okay, I wait for one more response. No worries. Okay, I will explain that. Okay, the A, what is tax refundable, I will explain. Okay, waiting for one more answer. Okay, now let's see which is the answer. I tell you which is the answer first, okay? Then I explain the rest. They're asking you which one is not an asset. Accounts payable, it means the same as trade payables. Okay, it means the same as trade payables. So answer is very obviously B. Okay, why the rest are not the answers? Petty cash, I will guide you through in part 5. But earlier we saw petty cash, right? In the big table, remember? The first question that you did initially, that is a current asset. Okay, it's a current asset. I will explain more in the part 5. Motor vehicles, look at the note section. Have I given you motor vehicles in the examples here? Yes. Motor vehicle is here. It's a non-current asset. Okay, motor vehicles is a non-current asset. That's why that's not the answer. Okay, because it's a non-current asset. Now, what is A? Okay. Firstly, we try to understand the single word tax first. Okay. In Malaysia, we call it as cukai. Okay, in Malaysia, Malay. Okay, in Malay words, in Malay language, we call it as cukai. Okay, bahasa Malaysia. So cukai means tax. Not sure if you have come across this word. Okay, but basically, when you earn money, you must pay tax to the government. You must pay tax to the government. Okay, the more money you earn, the more tax you have to pay to the government. Okay, and let's look at the other word, refundable. Refundable, you see, we are the people who earn money. Okay, let's say you go out to work one day in the future after you have graduated. So we are the ones who should pay tax to the government, right? When we use the word refund, it should be about government refunding to us. Agree? Make sense? Okay, so refundable. Refundable means to be refunded in the future. To be refunded by the government to us in the future, which means government owe us money. Okay, that means maybe we have overpaid the tax. We have overpaid the tax. Maybe you should pay $1,000 tax, but probably you accidentally press one extra zero, so you have transferred 10,000 to the government. That's why the government has to refund us. Okay, this is tax refundable. It's a current asset. Okay, you may write down it's a current asset. Government owes us the money. Okay, because we have overpaid. Yeah, so answer is B. Others are assets. Okay, now next kind of question. Okay, something that you have never seen before, and it's something very popular in the exam. You look at on the same page, question 12. Let me guide you on how to solve the question. You need to make use of accounting equation. And don't forget to use your calculator. Okay, always have your calculator when you do accounting. Okay, you will use it all the time. Okay, you try to solve this, use the accounting equation, then you try to tell me your choice. Okay, I'll tell you whether it's right or wrong. Right or wrong, not whether your answer is right or wrong right now is not important. Okay, most importantly, you learn from the questions. Okay, I wait for your answers. This time I give you a bit more time. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm still here. Okay, when my students are attempting the question, usually I will close the video. Okay, to let them try first. Later I will open up the video again. Okay, about 1 minute left. Okay, do it like mathematics. Okay, A equal to C plus L. They ask you to find the C. Okay, time's up. Okay, not too sure if you have an. No, Jason. We are talking about question 12 here. Okay, now let's see which is the answer. They're asking you to find capital. Okay, so how to find? You have to take the A minus the L, agree? Okay, simple calculation here, A minus the L. Okay, unless you identify wrongly, okay, you classify wrongly, which is asset, which is liability. If you do it wrongly, then you will get the wrong figure. So let's try to classify first, shall we? Premises, assets, agree? Okay, loan from John, from. Remember the difference between to and from? Just now we saw loan to somebody, right? Loan to employee. That's current asset because employee owes us money. This is loan from John means we borrow money from a person named John. We borrow money from a person named John. Borrowing, liability. Okay. Cash, asset. Bank, asset. Accounts payable. Just now we saw the same item, liability. Account receivables means the same as trade receivable, asset. Inventory, asset. Okay, anybody wants to change your answer? Okay, take all the assets minus all the liabilities, then you can get the right answer. Okay, I give you 20 seconds. If you want to change your answer, let me know. Okay, Jason, what is your answer? Based on what I have mentioned. Okay, Annabelle wants to change answer. Okay, no problem, Annabelle. Jason, what number you managed to get? Okay, Naima's answer is correct. Patient's answer is correct. Okay, answer is B, correct. Okay, A minus O the L. Okay, we have to move on. The definition, once again, write on your own. Okay, this is a past exam question. I screenshotted and put it here. Okay, we continue. Okay, next page. 12, question, page 12, page 12. Okay, page 12, you see there's a table in the middle. You just look at these two. Okay, the rest are easy. The rest are easy. I just want you to look at these two again. Okay, once again, it is about the to and from, the difference between to and from. Loan from AB loans means you have borrowed money from AB loans, you owe AB loans money. Okay, you could be wondering what is meant by AB loans. Okay, it is simply the name of the lender. Okay, the name of the lender. There are certain people who set up some businesses that are about lending money to people. Okay, in return they earn interest. Okay, that's also a form of business. Loan to, so this is a liability. Loan to employee, current asset. Okay, come. Let's try one more on the same page. Question 5. Okay, tell me your choice when you have decided. Okay, the rest of the items in the table 4, you do on your own. Okay, later I will send you the full answers to this table. Okay, it's quite straightforward, quite repetitive. Okay, all of you, you try question 5, Raja. Question on Raja. Okay, 1 minute time. Okay, half a minute time. Okay, use accounting equation. Okay, use accounting equation. Maybe you need more time. Okay, 1 minute is too little. Usually for MCQ question, MCQ means multiple choice questions. Those that ask you to circle here and there, you have to spend less than 2 minutes to finish. Okay, so I give you 30 seconds. Okay, give you 30 seconds more. Okay, the rest of you, what is your answer? Two of you have responded. Okay, you could still be calculating, but you see how I do. Okay, you see how I do. This time is also the same thing, have to find capital. So make use of accounting equation, A equal to C plus L. Good, Naima, correct. So you take A minus L, you will get C. Agree? Okay, so first thing you have to first identify all of them correctly first. This is asset, 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 liability, liability, asset, loan to employee. So think again, to employee. We lended money to the employee. So employee owes us money. This is current asset. Okay, take all the assets, sum them up, minus liability, then you can get the answer as D. Okay, so take all the A minus all the L, you can get the answer as D. Okay, try one more. Page 13, page 13. Question 4. Okay, now this is actually a past exam question as well. The reason I put this question here is for me to tell you a fact. Sometimes you notice, right? This question only 1 mark. The mark allocated is always given at the bottom right. 1 mark only, but so much space has been given to us. So even if you have answered correctly, even if you have understood how to do, you have done the question, you could be wondering, okay, is there anything else to do? Since there are so many rows that I have not used and they are empty, okay, don't doubt yourself. Sometimes it's like that. Okay, they give you a lot of space, but sometimes you may just use 1 or 2 lines. Don't worry. Okay. Another fact I want to tell you is the word calculate. Whenever they use the word calculate, that means you don't have to write any English terms. Don't have to write any English terms. When they say calculate, you just have to write numbers. Write a chain of numbers equal to then the final answer. Okay, just like what you do in mathematics. You get the idea? Okay, what plus what minus what, and so on. Okay, just show the workings, then with the final answer. Okay, get the idea? Yeah? Okay, now you calculate for me, then you tell me your final answer for the part A. This one, I give you 2 minutes. Okay, calculate what is capital. Also easy, okay, but this is a different kind of question, a theory. Okay, I just want to guide you on how to show the answer. Okay, one of you has finished. I'll wait for the rest of the three of you. Have to do carefully, okay? Have to do carefully. It's a very simple exercise here. And this is just part 1, okay? Have to do carefully. Jason, try to recalculate again. It's not the figure that you have gotten here. Meanwhile, I wait for Naima's and Annabelle's answer. Okay, time is almost up. Okay, I discuss, yeah. I discuss now. Okay, let's see. So again, find capital. Viral is a trader. Okay, yeah, Naima, correct. Good. Financial year ends on this day, doesn't maintain full set of accounting records. No problem. Okay. He was able to provide the following info at 1st February 2016. Premises. Okay. For now, you don't have to understand what is meant by this first. Okay, at cost. Why do they say at cost? Cost actually means the price you paid to buy it. Okay, the price you paid to buy it is known as cost. And why they wrote the word cost here, you would know much later. Okay, you will understand much later when you do some of the later topics. Just stay as asset for now. Premises is NCA. Fixtures and fittings is also NCA. Okay, these are assets. Inventory is asset. Trade payables is liability. Trade receivable is asset. Loan from Sing. Once again, have to be careful. Loan from Sing means we borrow money from Sing. We owe Sing money. Bank overdraft, current liability. Okay, if you show all the calculations, you should be able to get 58320. So begin with this figure, 9400. I'm summing up all the assets, okay? And then minus all the liabilities. Okay, so this is what you should be showing. Okay, and then you do the calculation, show the final answer to the rightmost. Okay, Jason, you calculate and then you tell me your answer in the chat box. Okay, press the answer, press the numbers quickly. Okay, correct. 58320. Okay, now next one. Simple question, okay, but a different way of presentation, okay, from the examiner. So don't worry about the extra space, just like what I mentioned. Okay, on the same page, definition questions, do on your own. Okay, and then next page is something repetitive. Okay, all the things here are repetitive. Just settle on your own. I'm now sending you the part 1 answer. Okay, I send it to the chat box. You download from there. Okay, and then we move on to the part 2. Hold on, yeah, my computer is still running. Okay. So I send to you the answer. In case you would like to redo certain questions and then you want to have a reference for answer, you can make use of the mark scheme I'm sending to you now. Okay, sending in progress. Meanwhile, I go open the part 2. We will just do a bit of the part 2, okay? We cannot finish everything here today. Okay, I've sent it successfully, so please download from there. Okay, keep it to yourself. Okay, the PDF for the part 1 answers, the full answers. Naima, you have to open up the chat box. It's in the chat box. Can you see? You have to click and download it. Oh, cannot see for some reason. Okay. Sometimes I wonder the same as well, because certain students, they tell me they cannot download from there. Never mind, I will send it to you in the email. Okay, I'll attach it in the email as well. Okay, no worries. Okay, now we come to the part 2. Page 15. Okay, so this is a new chapter. We call it as financial statements. So what are financial statements? I will tell you. Just like all the new subjects you learn, every time you learn a new subject, there will be a group of new terminology. Okay, agree, right? Okay, there'll be a group of new terms that you have to learn. So page 16. Okay, come to page 16. Let me tell you what are financial statements. Please ignore the pictures that are on top here. Last time I used an analogy to explain to the students using the pictures here. But nowadays I don't think I need this anymore. Okay, please remove it. Okay. Okay, now come to here. So you can see here, they are telling you that financial statements are the final products of accounting. Okay, final products of accounting. So it means that let's say there are many steps to do in accounting. Okay, step A, step B, step C, step C, all the way to step Z. Okay, a lot of steps involved. When you have done all the steps for accounting, that means you finish everything there is to be done in accounting, you will get the final product known as the financial statements. Okay, that means the final result. The final result of finishing the whole round of accounting is known as financial statements. Yeah, so how do they look like? I will show you soon. So for now, just know that financial statements means the final product in accounting. Final product in accounting. Okay, and you can see this table. There are four blanks here for you to fill up, and they are all financial statements. Okay, you can see financial statements. Okay, there are 4 financial statements in total. Okay, write down together with me. Write down together with me. Income statement. Next, you write. If there's any word you cannot see, let me know. Okay, sometimes my handwriting could be ugly when I write fast. I'm writing all the first alphabet of every word as capital. It's up to you, okay? Whether you want to write it as capital letter or small letter, it doesn't matter much here. Okay, last one you write. Okay. Once you're done writing, you let me know. Okay, then I'll explain one by one to you. Okay, when you're done writing, tell me done in the chat box. Okay, good, patient. Okay. Okay, good. Now let's see. So these are the financial statements. Okay, these 4 are known as financial statements. And you can see the rightmost, the one at the rightmost, statement of cash flow is written here, not for IGCSE. Okay, that means you are not going to learn this in this accounting subject. Okay, you will learn it in the future if you happen to come across accounting subject when you get into the college or university. Okay, for now, help me to cross it off these few boxes. Okay, cross off these few boxes. But I'm not too sure if you take business studies or not. You will learn this in business studies. Okay, for IGCSE business studies, you will learn it. It is near the end of the subject though. For sure, you will not see it so soon. Okay, statement of cash flow in the business studies. I used to teach that subject, but I find it very difficult to improve students' English. Okay, I know how to guide students in that subject if students are good in English, but if they're not, I find it very difficult. Okay, because I'm not an English teacher. I'm not an English teacher. Okay, now let's see the other 3. Do you see the word equity here? Yes, right. Okay. Remember, in what situation we will make use of the word equity? Remember, I talked about capital and equity. They mean the same thing, which refers to investment from owner. We use the word capital when we are doing accounting for sole trader and partnership. We use the word equity when we are doing accounting for companies. Agree? Okay, remember, yeah? Okay. So for this one, I will tell you what it is in the chapter 15. Okay, you will learn this in the chapter 15. And then you put a tick here because only companies have to prepare this financial statement. Only companies have to prepare a statement of changes in equity. Okay, and you can put two crosses here. Okay, because sole trader business and partnership, they don't have to prepare. They don't have to prepare this statement of changes in equity. Okay, now two more items here. Since I say that the last one, statement of cash flow, you will not learn. Statement of changes in equity, you will not learn now. Then what do we learn in the part 2 exactly? We learn the other two that I have not taught about here. You are going to see what is financial statement. So you are going to see what is income statement and how to prepare it. You are also going to see what is statement of financial position and how we prepare it and what they are. Okay, we will learn these two in very detail in the part 2. And these two are very important in the subject because they are the final products. Okay, these four are all the final products. Okay, income statement, SOFP. Okay, I call this as SOFP, taking the first alphabet of each word here. Okay, simpler, easier to pronounce. Okay, statement of SOFP, which stands for statement of financial position. This one I usually call it as IS. Okay, IS, income statement. You help me to put few ticks here, which indicate that all the business organizations here, they have to prepare income statement and SOFP. They must prepare. Okay, okay. Now, you see the next table. Okay. Next table is a table about synonyms. You see the word balance sheet. Okay. You write equal. Okay. Put the equal sign here. Then you write SOFP. Yes. SOFP means balance sheet. Balance sheet means SOFP. They are the same thing. And you also go on and write down in the exam, this is the term that you will see. In the exam, you will see this term statement of financial position. Then why do you have to know balance sheet? Because that's the term they use in real life. In real life, you will hear people saying balance sheet. They will mention the term balance sheet more than they mention the term SOFP, because the old term is balance sheet. Okay, this term exists many years ago, balance sheet. And since people have been using it for many years, so when you get to the real world and work, if you happen to be an accountant one day, just happen to be an accountant one day, then you will hear people mentioning the term balance sheet. People would not mention SOFP. First reason is maybe it is too difficult to pronounce this word, statement of financial position. Nine sounds to pronounce it, right? 9 sounds. Statement of financial position. Balance sheet is easier to pronounce. Balance sheet. Agree? Save time, easier. Okay, sounds easier, right? Okay, that's why we use that term in real life. So don't expect to see the word balance sheet in the exam. Okay, the term balance sheet will not appear in the exam, but I think it's important for you to know this term, even though you will not see it in the exam, because people in the real world, they use this term, balance sheet. Income statement, there's a synonym for this as well. Okay, you write down statement of profit or loss. Okay, right, statement of profit or loss. Okay, once again, let me tell you which is the term that you will see in the exam. In the exam, this is what you will see. Income statement. You will see the term income statement. Okay, now you could be expecting me to say that statement of profit or loss is the old term that we use in real life. No, this is the other way around. Statement of profit or loss is the term that they will use, which means income statement, in college or university. Okay, that means if you happen to study accounting in the college or university, then you will see this term, statement of profit or loss. Okay, if you ask me why there are so many synonyms, it could be due to different countries using different set of terms. Okay, especially between US and UK, USA and United Kingdom, they always have different group of terms that they use. Okay, so yeah, that explains why there are so many synonyms throughout the whole subject. Okay, there are really a lot of synonyms throughout the whole subject. The more topics you do, then you would know. Okay, you will get the idea. So if you don't want to know the synonyms here, just remind these two terms will do. Okay, SOFP is what you will see in the exam. Income statement is a term that you will see in the exam. Okay, so what are they? I will tell you in the next lesson. Okay, next lesson we will move on to the next table, looking at the definition for income statement to see what exactly income statement is. We will also go on to see what exactly SOFP is. Okay, for now you may write SOFP here. Okay, SOFP means balance sheet. Okay, B/S stand for balance sheet. Okay, so that's it for the day. Okay, and since I've not taught you a lot for the part 2, so it is in this situation that you will not have homework to do. Okay, because I've not taught you anything much here. Okay, so you cannot do any questions that appear at the back, okay, of the part 2. Okay, so what you can do is if you want to revise, then you revise the part 1. Okay, try to redo certain questions that I have gone through with you, or if you have textbook questions, okay, if you study accounting in school, if you study accounting with your school teacher, you can also make use of the questions you have in the textbook and try. Okay, and then from time to time, even if your school is doing another topic which I have not taught you, and you face problems there, you can also let me know in the WhatsApp. Okay, but sooner or later we will cover all the topics. Okay, so that's it for the day. If you have no more questions, then good night, everyone. Hope you have a nice weekend ahead. Bye bye. Welcome, everyone. Okay, enjoy your weekend.